Hey baddies, welcome back to the Baddest You podcast, where every listen takes you to the baddest version of yourself. I am your baddie mindset coach, Ambria. Make sure you guys check me out on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube at Ambria. Check out the Baddest You on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and YouTube. Today, we're going to be talking about self-concept, how to elevate it, maintain it, change it, all of the above, and most importantly, how the world around you perceives you the way that you see yourself. So make sure you guys go ahead and follow me, and let's get into this week's episode. So first things first, self-concept is your perception of yourself, what you believe about yourself, how you see yourself. We are all born with unlimited value, and our perception of ourselves come from our past experiences. Other people told us we are, all of the above. But it's up to us to reclaim our power when we become adults, or when we become of age, when we become aware, to start reclaiming our power, to start understanding that we're the ones who dictate who we are. And it's so important to take that power back, because if not, you will find yourself living for others. You will find yourself trying to prove, being in places that don't serve you, feeling miserable, and all of the above. That just does not serve us. So yes, you owe it to yourself to take back that self-concept and to reclaim who you are. You tell me, who are you, right? When we go through experiences and situations, our assumption of how things can go directly correlates with how we view ourselves. If we see ourselves as a person that did not come from money, we will see ourselves as not having money moving forward. If we see ourselves being a person that struggled in love in the past, we'll see ourselves as a person who's going to struggle with love moving forward. We don't realize that the life we're living is simply what we are choosing about ourselves. But a person with a high self-concept looks past what's in front of them, what's showing up in front of them in their life and their reality, or past the current circumstances they're in, choosing they're going to win instead, because they're identifying as a winner. They're identifying as a new healthy self-concept, right? Like, okay, I may not have had money in the past, but I definitely have money now. I choose to have money now. I definitely may have had a shaky past in my love life, but I choose to have a better time period moving forward. And that's a personal choice. And so the thing we have to start realizing, baddies, is people subconsciously pick up on our self-concept. When you walk into a relationship and you have the other person on a pedestal, you see the other person as the prize, they will subconsciously pick up on this. You'll always be begging to hang out with them. You're not going to recognize your own value. You'll feel anxious when you're not around them, or you'll feel really attached to their actions. But a person who has a secure attachment style, understands their value, they're dating because they know they deserve the best, they show up differently. And their partner, that person's partner, will subconsciously pick up on the fact that they are a high value individual, because that person perceives themselves as a high value individual. They won't be chasing. They won't find themselves victimizing themselves or being super anxious. They'll be a regular human with human emotions. But a lot of times these people have done the inner work to heal and step into a new version of themselves. And 9 times out of 10, they step into the role of the one being impressed, the prize, the chosen one, the person of money, the person of value. And so it is in your hands fully to step into the world that you want to receive. And the first step is dictating who you are in your life moving forward. So like I said, people can pick up on how you view yourself. If you stop caring so much about how other people view you and you just start choosing, well, this is what I think about myself, trusting that that alone is how people will perceive you, then you're going to have a much easier time. Self-trust is key in this situation. Self-love, self-worth, self-respect. You have to treat yourself like a person of value. As a person that's so valuable, so chosen like you, what are we doing running around hoping we're chosen, hoping circumstances go our way, right? That's never going to serve us. And so you have to start taking that power back. So why does the world mirror our self-concept? The world mirrors your self-concept because however you show up is how people will perceive you. If you perceive yourself in a way where you feel insecure, and so you walk in with your head low and your shoulders are crowded over and you're hoping people don't see you, when someone sees you showing up like that, they're going to look at your body language and think like, okay, that person has a reason why they should be insecure. If that person's insecure about themselves, then there's something about them that must be fundamentally wrong, and I'm going to think less of them as well, right? It's like literally you are the main determining force of your value at all times. That's why they say fake it till you make it, baddies. Like, even if you're not fully feeling it, you showing up, you being like, okay, of course I'm valuable, of course I'm worthy, and you choosing it anyway, that's going to be the number one thing that helps you to start being treated the way you want to be treated moving forward. Okay, same thing with like money. If you know, you're at the cash register and you're paying for something and you're anxious and you're getting heat flashes and you're worried and you're starting to swallow and stuff, like that cashier is going to pick up on the fact that you may not be a person that has money. You're sitting there like, did it go through? Did it go through? It's like, you have to choose to show up as a new person to start getting different results. So it's in your hands. People perceive you the way you perceive yourself because of your body language, what you think is going to happen in the world, like chasing results instead of determining and deciding this is who I am and trusting in your value and your worth to be more than enough to get what you want. And so that's why the world perceives you the way that you perceive yourself, Baddie. So be mindful of that. It's not a thing of like, even if I feel anxious or people see me this way, it's not even like that. It's just the fact that you have to understand that you're not supposed to be in control of the world around you. You're supposed to be in control of yourself. And so you owe it to yourself to show up as a person that's confident. Yes, be human, but honor that even if you feel anxious, you still deserve to walk like the queen or royalty you are. I remember one time I was having social anxiety in public and I was putting my hood up. I was like, nope, I don't want to be seen right now. And then I heard this like literal message in my head that was like, you are a queen, honor that. And I said, okay, fine. Even if I'm not feeling like it, I'm still going to put my head up and walk with my hood down to respect myself as the queen I am. Because even if I'm not feeling like it, I still am a queen. It's same to you, right? Even if you're not fully feeling that valuable and secure in yourself in the moment, you are still a person of value and you deserve to treat yourself as such. So yes, value yourself, see yourself highly. And the more that you start doing this, the more people will pick up on that energy and see you the exact same way. So you start changing your self-concept by expecting the best in the world around you. Genuinely seeing it as like, I'm so lucky, the best is yet to come, everything goes my way, lucky girl syndrome, right? You have to choose. So many amazing things are happening because the universe mirrors you right back to you. And so if you expect the best, you will literally attract the best. Like, it's really important for you guys to start seeing yourselves as too good for certain experiences. Of course, I'm going to get the money. Of course, I'm going to get the love I deserve. Of course, I'm going to get that treatment. Of course, it's going to go my way. Like, start genuinely expecting the best in the world around you. Practice makes perfect and consistency creates results. So the more intentional you are with doing that, the more you're going to start seeing things go your way. Law of assumption is so powerful. Like, so when you start assuming that things are going to go your way, like, you know what, I'm a person of value, of course it's going to go my way, you'll start seeing everything go your way. So that, look, the next time you have a situation come up, you're going through something and you're kind of anxious, like, okay, how's this going to go? I want you to just assume that this person will value you. Assume that you will have your needs met. Assume, and I promise you, you will literally see that exact thing manifest in your favor. Next, you have to be consistent in affirming a new you. Be intentional, be mindful. What story are you telling yourself about yourself? You can be a new person at any point in time. You do not have to hold yourself to the old version of yourself that you were that's no longer serving you. That's no longer serving you, right? Like, that's not you anymore. You are a new person. And so you don't have to have the same victimized energies and thoughts towards circumstances. You get to be a new person. So start showing up as a new person. One of my favorite ways to change my self-concept is through listening to overnight affirmations, because by listening to overnight affirmations, what happens is that your subconscious mind, which holds your programming, starts to be programmed into new beliefs. New beliefs are formed by repetition, and listening to this at night, your subconscious mind is more so awake at night and it's more receptive to programming. So I listen to like financial level up affirmations, I'll listen to self-concept affirmations, I'll listen to love affirmations, whatever I need to do to start forming new beliefs. So make sure you guys go ahead and check out the Baddie Energy Resource tab I'll tag down below for the affirmations that I love the most. Also, Baddie, if you want to have a new self-concept, you have to start changing your habits. You have to genuinely start showing up as a new person. Literally, right? Like, you can't just expect, oh, is this going to go my way? And am I this person? You have to be like, you know what? I am a person that's a good body. I'm going to the gym, right? You know what? I am a person that is smart. I'm going to study. You know what? You're right. I am a person that's attractive. I'm going to do my skincare, right? You have to actually take the actions and steps to value yourself and show up as a new person so that you can perceive yourself as that new person. And also, like, positive self-talk, unconditional self-love, honoring yourself, loving yourself regardless of the circumstance. If you're successful, you love yourself. If you make a mistake, you love yourself. All of the above. Just being mindful of the way that you're perceiving yourself and getting this perception that there's something to be away from you and understanding that you already are all that you need to be. By owning your power, you will attract what you want. You will manifest the life you want. You will call in the things you want. But by chasing and chasing and chasing, all you're gonna admit is lack and attract more lack. So how exactly do you show up in this new self-concept? So number one, I told you guys, body language, head high, shoulders back, being mindful of how you are carrying yourself. You may feel like you're really anxious and worried and stressed, but you don't have to necessarily show up like that. Yes, honor yourself in all ways, honor the truth of how you feel, show up for yourself, meet your needs, speak to yourself, and give yourself what you need in those moments. But you deserve to walk like the queen, the royalty, the king that you are. You deserve to see yourself highly. So at all times, head up, shoulders back, make sure that posture is correct, right? Smile, right? Like, walk into every room like your presence is a blessing. Like, it's a privilege and honor to be in your presence. You understand the value you have. The value you have does not come from other people's opinions, does not come from the world around you. It comes from you. So you walking like this, people are gonna be like, that person's confident. They got a reason to be confident. And you know what? I believe in them. They are a person of value simply because you chose to carry yourself in that way. Secondly, you wanna eliminate that imposter syndrome. That's not serving you. Okay, lacking your way into abundance, you can't do that. You can't say, well, I don't have it. is it going to work out? No, you're going to say, I have it. I have all the value. I have all of the respect. I have all of the love. I have all of the worth. And you're going to own it, okay? Because it's so crazy how you're such an accomplished and amazing individual, yet you sit here and you put so much pressure on yourself. One thing I love to say is on your worst day, you're doing better than most people's best. Especially if you're here, you're one of my baddies, you be putting in the work in multiple areas of your life, spiritually evolving, physically, financially, body-wise, like in every aspect. You're doing such an amazing job. So no, you owe it to yourself to talk that talk and walk that walk because you are a baddie. Okay, just remember that you are a masterpiece and a work in progress at the exact same time, baddie. You guys know an artist, right? And they're painting on this canvas and it's like, oh my gosh, the painting is so beautiful, but then it's like they add something else to it. It's like, oh my gosh, it just got even more brilliant. That's you every time you choose to evolve. You're already so valuable, but it's about you choosing to keep adding to yourself and creating even more value. You're never losing value. You never started without value. You've always been valuable, but you're a masterpiece and a work in progress at the same time. Give yourself credit and be mindful. Like, have a new routine to embody this new you. Get your 9 hours of sleep at night, wake up early, make sure you're working on your finances and your financial goals, go to the gym, do your meditation, do your affirmations, do some journaling, read your book, like show up and be consistent in this new you, and you will find yourself genuinely showing up as a brand new person. And most importantly, focus on adding to yourself the most, baddie. Like, you have so much innate value and so much innate worth, and you genuinely deserve to treat yourself as a person of value. The prize is whoever the priority is. You are the priority, you are the prize. So when you genuinely start being this person, showing up as this person, keeping yourself at the forefront of your mind, keeping yourself most important, not chasing people, not trying to be chosen, just choosing yourself, loving yourself, I promise you this new self-concept will be the new you, and people will perceive you as a person of value because you're treating yourself like a person of value. And finally, baddies, we're learning how to change our self-concept. We understand that people see us the way we view ourselves. We're learning how to show up as this new self-concept. But how do we maintain this new self-concept? So one of my favorite ways to maintain my self-concept that I found helps me best is maintaining my spiritual practices, being mindful of my meditations, self-love meditations, being intentional with my confidence affirmations, listening to my overnight affirmations to elevate my self-concept in the first place. While I'm doing the gym, I'll listen to self-development content. Going on my walks, I'll listen to hot girl music, all of the above, making sure I am taking in content that makes me feel empowered. Even when I check out my For You page, it's elevating me, it's leveling me up, it's making me feel good. Being intentional with the content I'm taking in, being intentional with the habits that I'm partaking in, being mindful of making sure that I'm adding to myself and the things I'm choosing to do on a consistent basis helps me to maintain this high self-concept. So when I do my meditations first thing in the morning, self-love, I'm on that self-love wave for the rest of the day. When I'm listening to affirmations at night, I'm having a better mindset towards money as I go through the next day. Being intentional and mindful and having some type of routine going for yourself will help you to maintain that self-concept. So maintain healthier spiritual practices. This could be yoga, this could be journaling, this could be meditation, whatever's best for you. I also enjoy having mental boundary. Whenever I catch myself having negative thoughts or thinking of myself in any way less, I maintain confidence, I maintain my value, my worth by maintaining positive self-talk and expecting the best in the world around me. I'm a person with money, so I don't allow myself to say, am I gonna have money? I'm a person with success. I don't allow myself to question if I'm gonna be successful. I'm a person that is valuable. I don't allow myself to question if I'm gonna be valued. Like, I choose that I'm the prize. I don't think in any way less. I'm consistent in affirming my mindset that relates with the version of myself I said I am, and my consistency will help me to make that a new normal in my head, and then I will start showing up as that person as a result. So from here on out, whenever you get a lesser thought, choose who you are in that moment. Remember, you have a choice, and do not victimize yourself when you are the most important person in your reality and the most powerful co-creator in your life. I also like to partake in self-care habits, doing my skincare, doing my shower routine, just adding to myself in terms of self-care, eating healthier, doing a smoothie or something. These things feel good to me because when I'm taking care of myself, I'm investing in myself. And when I'm investing in myself on a consistent basis, I tend to have way more care and love for myself. Anything a person invests in, they tend to have a lot of care for. So just make sure you're practicing self-care habits that resonate best with you, baddies, so that you can be intentional with the care and love that you have for yourself moving forward. And finally, baddie, listen to your needs and honor them. Your emotional needs, physical, spiritual, financial, whatever. Listen to yourself and be the number one person to show up for yourself on a consistent basis. This will grow your self-love, your self-respect, your self-trust, your self-value, your self-worth. This will help you to have such a healthy relationship with yourself so that you trust that you are this new person moving forward, okay, baddies? Just remember, you are such a powerful person. You deserve to be a person of value. You can completely transform into a new person, but just remember that it's in your hands at the end of the day. And if you watched all the way to the end here, just know that that transformation is already set in. Thank you guys so much for tuning into this week's episode of the Baddest You podcast. I'm your baddie level up coach, Ambria. Make sure you guys follow me on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube at Ambria. Follow the Baddest You on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and YouTube. And I will see you guys on next week's episode. Bye, baddies. Mwah.